Good morning students. In this video we will discuss about the second functional aspect of ecosystem, that is decomposition. So what is decomposition? It is physical and chemical. It is physical and chemical breakdown of organic matter by some of the organisms, and these organisms are called decomposers. So what is decomposition? It is physical and chemical breakdown of organic matter by organisms is called decomposers. And this organic matter, the remains of organic matter is also called detritus. The dead decaying matter, the organic matter is also called detritus. And usually in terrestrial ecosystems, the upper layer of the soil is the main site for this decomposition process. So what is decomposition? It is chemical and physical breakdown of organic materials by decomposers, and the remains of organic matter is known as detritus. And in terrestrial ecosystems, the upper layer of the soil means this is the origin. The upper layer of the soil is the main site for decomposition process. And this detritus is of usually two types: above ground detritus and below ground detritus. Above ground detritus, what are the dead decaying material which is lying on the upper layer of the soil? That is dried leaves and dead parts of plants and animals. So this is the above ground detritus. And below ground detritus, so what is the below ground detritus? Dead roots. So roots usually they grow below the soil. When the root dead and it becomes a dead organic matter. So dead roots and dead parts of some of the microorganisms are also under below ground detritus. So detritus, what is detritus? It is remains of organic matter, and this detritus is of two types: above ground and below ground. Above ground detritus, examples dried leaves and dead parts of plants and animals. And below ground detritus, dead roots and dead microorganisms. And this decomposition process, actually the process of decomposition occurs by various processes. Usually the decomposition process completely disposes the whole detritus, and it helps in recycling of biogeochemicals and creates space for newer generations of organisms. Decomposition process occurs in multiple steps, but all these steps are categorized into 3 steps, or simply decomposition occurs by 3 steps. What are the 3 steps? The first one is fragmentation of detritus. This is the first step. And second one is catabolism. And third step is called leaching. So decomposition process occurs by 3 steps: fragmentation of detritus, catabolism and leaching. The first one is fragmentation of detritus. Fragmentation means it becomes small pieces, detritus. And usually detrivores, here we should know about detrivores. What are detrivores? The organisms which feed on detritus. Is called detrivores. For example, the best examples for detrivores: earthworm, carrion beetles and termites. So these organisms usually feed on detritus, hence are called detrivores. And all these detrivores they feed on larger pieces. The dead parts of plants, dead parts of animals, they are usually larger pieces. And usually these detritus they feed on larger pieces, and the smaller pieces left behind. And usually pulverization occurs in the digestive tracts of detritivores, and it results the formation of smaller fragments of detritus. So larger fragmentation of detritus means this step is caused by all these detritivores. In this step, the larger fragments convert into smaller fragments by detritivores like earthworm, carrion beetles and termites. That's why here the main detritivore is earthworm. So earthworm is also known as farmer's friend because it helps in fragmentation of detritus, and it also useful for the loosening of soil. So when the soil become loosening, then the rate of decomposition will increases. That's why this earthworm is known as farmer's friend. So this is the first step of decomposition. Usually it is known as fragmentation. And the second one is catabolism. The second step of decomposition is catabolism. In the first step, the organic matter, larger parts of organic materials convert to smaller parts. In second step, usually catabolism is carried out by decomposers. The best examples for decomposers, bacteria and fungi. So bacteria and fungi are also called natural scavengers because they are saprophytic organisms. They feed on dead parts. Here, decomposers like bacteria and fungi, usually they excrete digestive enzymes. They excrete digestive enzymes of detritus. Then detritus converted into complex organic. Detritus usually that is complex organic matter. Here, a complex organic matter, a complex and insoluble organic matter converted into simple and soluble inorganic nutrients. Inorganic and organic nutrients, and this process is called catabolism. Catabolism means breakdown process. Here, the organic materials break down into inorganic materials by decomposer organisms like bacteria and fungi. And bacteria and fungi usually they excrete digestive enzymes over detritus. Then the organic complex insoluble organic materials convert into simple soluble inorganic and organic materials is known as catabolism. And the third step is known as leaching. So what is leaching? When the complex organic material converted into inorganic nutrients, then these inorganic nutrients they enter into deeper layers of the soil. The nutrients accumulate into deeper layers of the soil. Accumulation of nutrients in the deeper layers. Accumulation of nutrients in the deeper layers of the soil is known as leaching. So decomposition process occurs by three steps: fragmentation, larger parts convert to smaller parts; catabolism, organic remains convert to inorganic nutrients; leaching, these inorganic nutrients they are accumulated into the deeper layers of the soil. And this is the schematic representation of decomposition process. This is the living organism. Then this is the dead organic matter. So dead organic matter is fed by some of the detritivores and some of the decomposer organisms. And finally, this is the leaching process. Organic rich soil means number of inorganic and organic nutrients they are accumulated into soil. And here from again this is mineralization process. So soil rich in minerals. Then plants again, the roots of the plants particularly absorb water and minerals from the soil. This process is known as mineralization. This is the schematic representation. A tree grows in the soil. A green leaf falls to the ground. Some are eaten by insects. Some leaves are eaten by insects and other animals. And nutrients and energy enter into food web. And these are the leaves partially. These are the leaves. Leaves are partially consumed by decomposer organism. This is the further decomposition by some of the organisms, and finally some nutrients they are leached into soil. This is schematic representation of decomposition process. And finally the decomposition process usually occurs by three steps: fragmentation, catabolism and leaching. And this decomposition process gives two important products. So decomposition process. The decomposition process occurs by three steps. So what are the three steps? Fragmentation, catabolism and leaching. And this process is also affected by some of the environmental factors. Some abiotic factors also influence the rate of decomposition. And this process, this decomposition process, it gives two important products. So what are the two important products? Humus and nutrients. Humus and nutrients plus some of the non-nutrients. These are the two important products of a decomposition process. Formation of humus. Formation of humus is called humification, and formation of nutrients or minerals is called mineralization. The decomposition process gives two important products. Humus. Formation of humus is called humification. Nutrients and some non-nutrients, minerals and non-minerals, and formation of minerals is called mineralization. Here, humus. So what is humus? So it is very important. What is humus? It is dark colored amorphous substance. It is dark colored amorphous. It is dark colored amorphous substance which is rich in lignin and cellulose. Which is rich in lignin and cellulose. And humus usually it is quite resistant to microbial activity, and humus usually it is colloidal. It is colloidal in nature. It is colloidal in nature, and usually it is the reservoir for both minerals and non-minerals. Minerals and non-minerals. And here the decomposition process, sometimes decomposition process occurs by decomposers, and sometimes when the process completed, then decomposers ready for the second step of decomposition process. So these are the two important products of decomposition. And this decomposition process is affected by number of environmental factors. The decomposition process depends upon chemical quality of detritus. If chemical quality is rich, then decomposition rate is very high, and it is also influenced by temperature. It is influenced by temperature, soil moisture, soil pH, and composition of detritus and aerobiosis. So these are the factors which influence rate of decomposition. The temperature, usually a temperature of surroundings 25 degrees Celsius, it is the optimum for rate of decomposition. 25 degrees Celsius usually increase the rate of decomposition, and temperature below 10 degrees Celsius usually it decrease the rate of decomposition process. And sometimes the decomposition process it is few weeks to few months depending upon their chemical quality. But 25 degrees Celsius of temperature increase the rate of decomposition, and 10 degrees Celsius decrease the rate of decomposition. And soil moisture. Soil moisture is also essential for decomposition process. Usually in temperate regions, the rate of decomposition usually decreases despite the presence of favorable temperature. Temperature is optimum, 25 degrees temperature present in temperate regions, but here due to excess soil moisture, the rate of decomposition decreases. And pH, usually neutral and slightly alkaline soils, they increase the rate of decomposition process, and acidic soils decrease the rate of decomposition process. Next, composition. If the detritus or the organic matter rich in lignin and cellulose, then the cellulose, usually cellulose it takes time to decompose. So that's why if lignin and cellulose present, then the rate of decomposition will decreases. If the decomposition process contain less amount of lignin and cellulose and a high amount of sugar and nitrogen, then rate of decomposition will increases. High amount of lignin and cellulose, they decrease the rate of decomposition, and low amount of lignins in loss and a high amount of sugar and nitrogen increase the rate of decomposition process. Next, aerobiosis. Aerobic condition. Aerobic condition is very necessary for decomposition process because the main decomposition process is carried out by decomposers, and usually decomposers are aerobic organisms. So aerobic condition is essential for decomposition process. And anaerobiosis usually decrease the rate of decomposition process. So anaerobiosis, when the conditions become anaerobic, then the decomposition organic materials become pile and the amount of organic materials become increases. At such conditions, the rate of decomposition usually decreases. So these are some of the environmental factors which influence the rate of decomposition process. So this is the second functional aspect of any ecosystem.